Hello, and welcome back to Mindful Nutrinet. I'm your host, Nella Leavelight, ready to take you on another deep dive into the fascinating world of nutrition, health, mindfulness, and spirituality. In my inaugural episode, I talked about humming and mantras, but concentrated on the benefits of humming. Today, we'll explore what's behind mantra chanting. Is it just a feel-good thing, or is there more behind it? We focus especially on the mantra Sa Re Sa Sa, discussing its significance and benefits. And I also share my personal experience with chanting Sa Re Sa Sa. Of course, I'll sing it for you so you can chant along and master it for your solo meditations. And that's not all of it. We'll also take a very interesting detour along the road. So let's begin. Chanting mantras is central in traditional yoga. The most ancient Indian language is Sanskrit, within which the foundational primary sounds are called seed vibrations. For example, in the traditions that use mantra meditation as a regular part of yoga practice, there is a mantra for everything, for every illness, disease, and every challenge. The thing is, we don't have to understand the words of the mantra, and we don't have to have a good singing voice to chant them. So it's more about the vibration of the sounds and not singing itself. So, what's the mechanism behind chanting? When you enunciate the Sanskrit words and vibrate a certain combination of sounds, the tongue taps certain points along the roof of your mouth, much like acupressure points. This pressure then sends signals to the hypothalamus in the brain. Now, there are 84 points in the upper part of the mouth, the palate. When you speak, the tongue touches those areas and stimulates the nervous system and brain. And mantras are designed to stimulate particular combinations of body meridians in the mouth. What's fascinating is that when we touch certain points more, we form our character and psychic, among other things. So no wonder there are specific characteristics to different nationalities. For example, have you noticed that when you learn a new language, you start to understand the native speakers in a whole new level? You might even have a different character when speaking a different language. What's more, there is the soft and hard palate junction point. It's where the hard palate ends and soft one begins. It's interesting that this is the point that is stimulated by mother's nipple when baby breastfeeds, and again when a child needs comfort and sucks the thumb. Now, when I did my research for this episode, I really went down the rabbit hole, discovering stacks of new things at every step. There's this one thing that I thought I wouldn't talk about in a fear of information overload, but it's just so fascinating that I simply can't keep it to myself. I included it, then deleted, and then brought back again. So what is it then? In some yoga practices, Hatha yoga for example, there is a practice called Kechari Mudra, or the tongue lock. Well, it's crazy, to me at least. It doesn't start out too crazy at all. In fact, everyone can do it. You start by rolling your tongue up to touch the upper palate and see how far back it can go. Initially, it may only touch the hard palate. However, some may be able to touch the soft palate with the first try. The tongue should be kept there for as long as comfortable. When the tongue starts to pain, you release it and bring back to normal position. Then rest for some time and try again. This process is continued until you are able to hold the tongue on the palate for longer. Now, this is when it starts to get a bit weird. They say that with practice, the tongue will be able to go further back, even touching the uvula at the back of the throat. And it doesn't stop there. With even further practice, the tongue will be able to go behind the uvula and even into the nasal cavity. I've seen the drawings and it seems so unreal and unnatural to me. Once the tongue is in the nasal cavity, one should be able to hold it there for at least a few minutes while breathing normally. So why do they do that? Apparently, once in the nasal cavity, the tongue can stimulate certain nerves that are connected to the brain. The process then produces a liquid that flows from the roof of the cavity. The taste of the liquid varies. Initially it may be salty, which has to be spit out. Later the juice turns sweet, and finally Amrit or nectar is produced. This nectar is consumed by the yogi, and it is said that it nourishes the body. Now, what makes this so unnatural to me is the fact that advanced practitioners cut their frenum membrane to be able to perform the practice and or prolongate their tongues until the tongue reaches the eyebrow center. And all that to get to the Amrit. By the way, Amrit nectar is also sold as a supplement. It consists of 38 different herbs, ghee and honey. There is a study that declared Amrit nectar to be a very powerful antioxidant. In fact, there are more than 50 studies done on Amrit Kalash nectar, also known as MA7, by independent researchers at top universities including Ohio State University and the University of California. And it is said that Amrit Kalash enhances coordination of mental and physical functions as well as supports balance between the heart and the brain. In short, it nourishes the most fundamental levels of body and mind and strengthens every cell for optimum functioning. Well, no one knows if the Amrit produced by sticking your tongue into your nasal cavity does the same thing, but I'd rather try the supplement. How about you? Be aware though, if you start to research the different Amrit supplements, you'll be in a rabbit hole in a second, as there are different types that influence different body tissues according to Ayurvedic medicine. I've already deviated enough from today's topics, so we won't go into it now. I'd be interested to know whether any of you were familiar with Kechari Mudra practice or Amrit nectar, and what's your take on it? Now let's move on with the benefits of mantras. Besides the meridian stimulation by the tongue, the words also have projective power. The theory is that the huge computer mind, or the quantum field, is infinite and our mind is limited. But if you know the frequency of the signals that taps into the resources in the infinite mind, then the flow of infinity will start appearing in your finite mind. So, mantra is like telecommunication between the finite and the infinite. When we chant, we create a frequency of vibration with our electromagnetic field to tap into the electromagnetic field of the universe. Are you following? Sorry, I had to ask, because if all this is new to you, you might be quite overwhelmed. But don't worry, all journeys consist of numerous small steps, and this is your first one. Now let's go after the vibrations. The mantra sounds and vibrations stimulate the hypothalamus region in the brain, which in turn regulates the chemical activity streaming into all parts of our body. So, what are the physical benefits of sounds and vibrations? They balance the nervous and endocrine systems, that is, endocrine is hormonal system. They can help ease chronic stress and tension, depression and anxiety, create mental calm in general, regulate hormone production and thereby balance moods and give an overall sense of well-being, help reduce heartbeat and respiration by lowering blood pressure, release melatonin, and finally synchronize the left and right side of the brain. Now, I haven't gone into chakras yet. Rest assured though, because I have a whole sequence of episodes planned on this topic. For now, let me just say that chakras are the energy centers of our bodies, and each one represents a different type of energy. In Kundalini Yoga teachings, you have a physical body and an energy body, and your chakras weave that energy throughout your physical body. It is believed that in order to achieve the highest form of living, one must align the chakras. Now, vibrations and sounds activate our chakras and nadis. The nadis is the network of channels through which energy travels through the body. So, our chakras and nadis are located at the major nerve plexuses in the torso, which in turn are connected to the nervous and endocrine systems. When we chant, we stimulate these points and activate our subtle energy centers. This cleanses the channels and balances our pranic energy. Prana is the life force. By the way, there are numerous studies on pranic meditation and healing as well, confirming its benefits. Now let's talk about the word mantra itself. It is a Sanskrit word consisting of manas and tra. Manas meaning to think and tra meaning vehicle. So think of a mantra as a mind vehicle that transports us beyond our thoughts. There are many types of mantras, but they typically are melodic and usually in the form of repetition like a prayer, which helps to concentrate while meditating. To sum it up, chanting allows you to focus on sound, current, and breath, calming the mind and body. You are able to relax more profoundly and achieve a stronger connection to the divine. It opens and soothes. By chanting, you vibrate the body and can change brain chemistry, which in turn affects the body, mind, and spirit. Now, after all this talk about mantras, we definitely need to chant. I know I do. And for today's mantra, I felt guided to choose Sa Re Sa Sa. What it's all about then? It's a Kundalini Yoga mantra, also known as the Antarnad mantra, and it's the base of all mantras. In fact, in traditional teachings, it was believed that you had to master the Sa Re Sa Sa mantra first, and only then you could open up your body to absorb the energy from all other mantras. In other words, once you master Sa Re Sa Sa, you will be ready to master all the other mantras that exist. This mantra is believed to remove adversity and negativity from within, awakening your infinite creative energy and removing obstacles in higher consciousness. I'll talk more on the benefits after explaining the lyrics. The mantra goes like this. Sa Re Sa Sa, Sa Re Sa Sa, Sa Re Sa Sa, Sa Rang. Har Ray Har Har, Har Ray Har Har, Har Ray Har Har, Har Rang. You'll find the lyrics in the show notes as well. It means infinity is everywhere, creativity is everywhere. Now let's see it word by word. The first part, Sa Re Sa Sa first. Sa is the infinity of God. It is the element of ether and spirit. By the way, God in yogic tradition refers to the inner teacher, all that lies within ourselves. It represents the space and stillness of all elements, as well as the wholeness of them. It is also referred to as generator, operator or organizer, and destroyer. Okay, that was Sa. Next comes Re, Re, which is a musical note, simply a connector. It gives the mantra a rhythmic sound that empowers it to be repeated over and over again. So, this completes Sa Re Sa Sa. Next comes Har Ray Har Har, Har Rang. Har is the creativity of this earth, representing the elements of the earth. This part of the mantra is meant to embody all the tangible things around us and the power of manifesting those things. Re again is a connector, a musical note, And finally a Rang, which is almost meant as an exclamation point. It symbolizes the totality of all things and is what pushes this mantra out into the universe. If you notice, it is at the end of each line of the mantra. So, what are the benefits of chanting Har Ray Har Har? This Antarnad Mudra, also known as Kabache meditation, is a powerful meditation that opens the chakras so that any other mantra can have its full effect. It is believed that if you practice this mantra meditation with a sincere heart, you are granted creativity, abundance, prosperity, and protection against attacks. It does not only shield you from negativity, but it actually removes energy blockages within your chakra energy centers and allows negative energy to leave your body. Once you leave the negative energy and thoughts behind, your energy fields have more space to absorb positive energy and therefore bring about the full power of all your future mantra meditations. That's not all. The mantra also gives new power to your words and brings luck. Think of it as a force field that shields you from what is beyond and allows you to focus within. It is your focus paired with the mantra's power that will bring clarity on how to move forward. The beauty of the Har Ray Har Har mantra is that it can represent and bring forth an infinite amount of power in the tangible world as well as in the intangible world. No matter what you're trying to manifest or bring about, you'll find solace and clarity when sitting with the Har Ray Har Har mantra. So how do you chant it? You sit comfortably. Find a spot that gives you a stable, solid, comfortable seat. Sit in an easy pose, for example. Relax and feel your breath. Bring your attention to the physical sensation of breathing. The air moving through your mouth or nose, the rising and falling of your chest or your belly. Put your hands flat together in a prayer pose at the navel point, located approximately 2 inches below your belly button. As the Kundalini mantra starts with Har Ray Har Har, start to bring the palms up to the center, front of the torso, about 4 to 6 inches in front of the physical body. As you pass the heart chakra, start to open the hand mudra to make an open lotus by the time it reaches the level of the third eye chakra, that is, base of the palms touching, thumbs touching, pinkies touching, other fingers spread open. As the mantra begins, Har Ray Har Har, turn the fingers to point down with the back of the hands touching, like a reverse prayer pose. Slowly bring this mudra down to main energy centers in rhythm with the music until the fingertips reach the navel point on the sounds Har Rang. Then turn them around and begin again. If you're listening on YouTube, there's a video of me doing the movement. Wherever you're tuning in, you can go and check it out if you're not sure and need affirmation. If you prefer a more still meditation practice, you can place your hands on your knees with your pinky and thumbs touching one another, also known as Buddhi Mudra. For its benefits, you should chant the mantra for 11 to 31 minutes. However, practicing this mantra for 62 minutes stimulates the frontal lobe of the brain, pineal and pituitary glands. In this time, you work through the physical and energetic body, emotions and mental states, and are then in communication with infinite aspects of yourself. Remember, the practice of yoga, meditation and mantras all allow the personal interpretation. You can chant loudly or quietly, speaking or singing, and in a variety of poses. Whatever feels best for you probably is what's best for you. You also may find your mind constantly wandering, and that's okay. Instead of wrestling with your thoughts, come back to it over and over again without any expectations or judgment. Now, the last thing before chanting, Sa Re Sa Sa is very straightforward as the pronunciation goes. However, Har Ray Har Har sounds more like Har Ray Har Har, as it's easier to weave it together by adding an E and an A there. Well, not quite the last thing though. I promised to share my own experience with Sa Re Sa Sa. It so happened that I had a conversation with someone who really brought my vibration down and I felt very low. I didn't know how to release it, but I knew I had to do something not to let it affect me further. And so, chanting came to mind, and for some reason Sa Re Sa Sa resonated the most. So I sat down, did relaxing breathing to start with, and then began chanting. My goal was to chant for as long as I felt better. So I chanted and chanted until finally I did have a smile on my face and I truly was in a happy place again. I didn't track the time, but I think it was about 30 minutes. It took effect a bit sooner, but I wanted to continue a bit longer to let it sink in. So I can tell firsthand, it works. Well, I truly enjoyed putting this episode together. I hope you got out of it as much as I did. Reach out to me and let me know your thoughts. I'd especially love to hear about your own chanting experiences. You can either send me an email at nele@nutriplanet.org or contact me via Instagram DMs. If you listen to this on YouTube, then simply comment below. I'm so grateful to have you here exploring the wonders of the body, mind, and beyond. Remember, this is a personal journey, and I find that the most important thing is to approach it with an open heart and mind. If you try it with thinking it's a woo-woo thing, it most probably will not have an effect on you. So until next time, I encourage you to keep nurturing your body and mind. As with my first mantra episode, I won't say anything when the mantra ends to allow you to keep on going for as long as you need to. I will chant it for approximately 11 minutes, which is the minimal time to chant it in order to get the benefits of the chant. And remember, no expectations and no judgment. And don't worry at all if you don't get it at one go. Keep on going. Flow with it, and it will come to you eventually. Let's begin with a few deep breaths. And we begin. Sa Re Sa 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 Re Sa 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 Re Sa 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 Rang. Har Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Rang. Sa Re Sa 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 Re Sa 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 Re Sa 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 Rang. Har Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Rang. Sa Re Sa 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 Re Sa 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 Re Sa 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 Rang. Har Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Rang. Sa Re Sa 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 Re Sa 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 Re Sa 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 Rang. Har Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Rang. Sa Re Sa 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 Re Sa 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 Re Sa 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 Rang. Har Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Rang. Sa Re Sa 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 Re Sa 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 Re Sa 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 Rang. Har Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Rang. Sa Re re sa 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 re sa 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 re sa 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 rang. Har Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Rang. Sa re sa 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 re sa 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 re sa 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 rang. Har Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Rang. Sa re sa 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 re sa 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 re sa 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 rang. Har Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Rang. Sa re sa 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 re sa 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 re sa 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 rang. Har Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Rang. Sa re sa 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 re sa 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 re sa 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 rang. Har Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Rang. Sa re sa 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 re sa 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 re sa 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 rang. Har Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Rang. Sa re sa 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 re sa 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 re sa 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 rang. Har Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Rang. Sa re sa 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 re sa 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 re sa 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 rang. Har Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Rang. Sa re sa 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 re sa 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 re sa 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 rang. Har Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Rang. Sa re sa 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 re sa 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 re sa 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 rang. Har Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Rang. Sa re sa 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 re sa 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 re sa 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 rang. Har Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Rang. Sa re sa 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 re sa 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 re sa 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 rang. Har Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Rang. Sa re sa 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 re sa 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 re sa 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 rang. Har Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Rang. Sa re sa 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 re sa 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 re sa 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 rang. Har Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Rang. Sa re sa 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 re sa 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 re sa 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 rang. Har Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Rang. Sa re sa 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 re sa 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 re sa 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 rang. Har Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Rang. Sa re sa 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 re sa 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 re sa 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 rang. Har Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Rang. Sa re sa 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 re sa 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 re sa 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 rang. Har Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Rang. Sa re sa 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 re sa 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 re sa 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 rang. Har Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Rang. Sa re sa 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 re sa 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 re sa 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 rang. Har Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Rang. Sa re sa 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 re sa 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 re sa 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 rang. Har Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Rang. Sa re sa 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 re sa 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 re sa 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 rang. Har Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Rang. Sa re sa 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 re sa 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 re sa 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 rang. Har Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Rang. Sa re sa 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 re sa 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 re sa 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 rang. Har Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Rang. Sa re sa 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 re sa 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 re sa 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 rang. Har Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Rang. Sa re sa 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 re sa 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 re sa 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 rang. Har Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Rang. Sa re sa 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 re sa 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 re sa 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 rang. Har Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Rang. Sa re sa 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 re sa 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 re sa 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 rang. Har Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Rang. Sa re sa 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 re sa 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 re sa 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 rang. Har Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Rang. Sa re sa 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 re sa 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 re sa 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 rang. Har Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Rang. Sa re sa 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 re sa 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 re sa 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 rang. Har Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Rang. Sa re sa 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 re sa 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 re sa 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 rang. Har Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Rang. Sa re sa 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 re sa 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 re sa 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 rang. Har Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Ray Har 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 Rang. Sa re sa 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 re sa 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 re sa 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 rang. Har Ray Har